Hello and welcome to Creative Sparkle. My name's Holly and today we're doing an art journal prompt list, so grab your art supplies and let's get crafting. Hi, thank you for joining me today. So for this project I'm going to be working in a recycled book, as you can see here. So the first prompt is to prime the page with gesso if needed. So because I'm working in a recycled book, we're going to need that gesso to cover the original book pages, and I did forget the masking tape, just putting that down the middle there so that nothing seeps through the pages, and then we'll prime the page and move on to the next prompt. So once the page is fully primed, we'll move on to prompt number 2, which is to use up to 4 colours to create a background. I've chosen these 2 purples, an orange and a yellow, and I'm just going to do an ombre effect over the background. I'm just going to use a paintbrush and a little bit of water to spread them and blend them in between each layer. So there's the purple, the pink, the orange and the yellow going from the bottom to the top to create the background. So once the colour's been added for the background, prompt number 3 is to cut a pattern or shape on the edge of a piece of card and use it as a stencil to add interest to the background. So I'm just cutting a simple shape over a plain piece of paper. I'm going to be adding hills to the background, and I'm going to use black spray in black soot from Distressing Sprays, and I'm just going to spray across there and use the other piece of paper as well to create a few layers of the spray. So once that's done, I do decide then that it's a bit too dark, so I will also spray some water over it and just absorb with some tissue paper the excess of the black, just so it's not so dark over the background. So as you can see, once it's absorbed, it looks much better. So moving on to prompt number 4, add black or white splatters or drips to your background. So I'm going to use the same spray again and just splatter them over the background. So prompt number 5 is to stamp or draw small silhouetted animals onto your page. So I've chosen this stamp set and it's got a lamb laying down in it. I will also choose another stamp set which has a fox in it. So each time I stamp one of these stamps down, I'm then going to go back over it with some black paint, just so it fills it out into a silhouette. So when I stamp this fox down, once it's down, it actually looks more like a wolf, but it doesn't matter. The idea is to just have some silhouetted animals on the page. And I will also use a llama stamp set, as you can see here. It's got 2 different llamas that are actually already silhouetted, but I do again go over them with the black paint. If you find it more comfortable to draw the animals, then that's fine, just as long as you do them silhouetted. Or you can print some off, cut them out and stick them down if you're not a drawer. So either way, if you don't have the materials that I have, don't worry, there's always a way that you can do the page. So once all those animals are silhouetted and looking nice and dark, prompt number 6 is to add a line drawing or stamped image of an animal as a focal image. So I've gone back to that llama stamp set that I chose earlier, as you can see here, and I'm stamping that down onto my stamping platform with archival ink in jet black. that's the stamp that I've chosen to use for my focal image. Prompt number 7 is to colour the focal image with non-traditional colours. So here you can see I have used green and purple mainly for my llama. I did use Prismacolor pencils to colour it in. I didn't show that just because it's quite a long process and I ended up doing it in another room without the camera setup that I have. So I'm just cutting that out to stick it down. I'm not cutting out the individual little pieces of decoration that's usually there. I'm just going to use the stamp that in black in the background and then stick it on top so that I can see the extra pieces that are on the stamp that I'm not really able to cut out. So once I've got that down, we'll stick down the llama that I've cut out. Unfortunately I did rip his ear off, but I managed to get it stuck down, and I will use some Mod Podge to just stick that down over the page. So once I've got that all stuck down, we'll move on to prompt number 8, which is to add ephemera relating to your focal image, animals or colours used, whatever you feel is appropriate for your page. I found these stickers that are plants in pots, and I'm just going through to see if there are cactus-like things in there to relate to my llama. And I'm going to cut the white edges off the stickers, like you can see here, and stick them around the page. So once the ephemera is stuck down, we'll move on to prompt number 9, which is use stickers or thickers to add a title, word or partial quote. So I've chosen these stickers here, and I'm just going to add a simple title. The first 2 words are going to be in this black sticker, which is no drama, and the third word is going to be in a larger thicker that is in different colours, and it's going to say llama. So no drama, llama. I chose to use black stickers because I thought it went well with the background, and across that yellow and the orange there, it's just going to be really standoutish. So the first thing you'll probably pay attention to when you see the page when it's finished is the title itself, and then the rest of the page. So these letters are actually not just black, they're sparkly as well, and I'm sure you'll see at the end when the photos are up. So moving on to the second type of alphabet that I'm using, I do decide to use the W instead of the M because the M just didn't fit with the alphabet as well, I think. So I changed it to the W, and then we've got a different colour in there as well. So just moving backwards for a second, because I started this prompt before I did the last one by accident, so that's why you can't see the title. So prompt number 10 is to add a 3D element to your focal image and use the same thing to add interest to your background. So I've decided to make these tassels with some embroidery thread. So I'm just wrapping them around my fingers and then cutting the edges after I've wrapped around the top as well. And then we have that little tassel that I want to have to relate to the llama. And I've also got some green ones that I received as a gift, so I'm going to be using those to add some interest. Title's back now. To add some interest to the background. And then I also have this different type of tassel, which is from this curtain thing that I found. It's secondhand. It was just something that I thought may become useful, and it turns out it has. So whatever you can find is relating to your page, then use it, why not? So once that's all stuck down, that's the final step on this prompt list. I will also take a tassel and add it to the L, just so we've got something on that side that relates to the page as well, and add in this little string from the curtain holder thing. Makes it look like the llama's got hair, which I think is just really cute. So that's all done. So thank you so much for joining me today. The photos will be at the end of the video, along with the full prompt list. If you would like to follow it, take a screenshot. Please do tag me if you do decide to do the prompt list with the tags #sparkleprompts on Instagram. I would love to see any creations that you come up with. Do like this video, share and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you next time, where we will turn your creative spark into a creative sparkle. Bye!